There's a program that I use with a brand new Creality machine. It's called Creality Print, and in most cases it comes standard with your 3D printer. But how to get it right? How to get some decent models out of this slicer software? In this video I'm going to show you all the basics for this slicer software. So let's get started. This is Creality Print. If you install the program, this is the first thing that you are going to see. I think that this looks very bright and you cannot really see a lot of parts. You know, here, if you stand on it, you don't even see the drop-down menu. So what I'm going to do, Tool, Theme, Color, Change, and we are choosing the dark mode. No, I'm not choosing for the dark side, but so on the left hand side we have Creality Print. Here you can find models. Here you can open file if you are having models downloaded from websites, unzip them, and you want to start printing. There you can find it. And then we have here some other tools as well. On the left hand side you have here Prepare, Preview, and Device. The Device tab is basically only if you are using a network printer. So what we are going to do now, make sure that this is reset angle. So if you are fully lost, then you can click on here. The build plate is very simple, very easy. So far so good. Left mouse button doesn't do anything than making squares or rectangles. The middle mouse button, if you hold it, you can you can move the build plate. You can scroll with the scroll wheel, of course. If you click right mouse button and hold it, you can turn the build plate up and down and left and right like that. Go back, you click on reset angle. You can choose stop, front. Okay, so that is the basic. So we are going to add a 3D printer. We click on the drop down, add the printer, and we are going to click on add. So for this tutorial I'm going to use a standard printer. Let's go for the Creality Ender-3 V2 NEO. A standard 3D printer. I think it's not a network printer. I know from this one it's not a network printer. If you have different 3D printers, just it's basically the same kind of idea. Just select which printer from Creality that you bought and want to use this program for. In our tutorial we are going to follow the Ender series. There are some printers here that are amazing, but we are going here for the Creality Ender-3 V2 NEO. Print depth is 220, the width is 220, and the print height is 250. We click on add. The nozzle diameter is 0.4 millimeters. We click on OK, and it automatically selects the right printer. Now we are going to add a profile. We are going to add by clicking on the plus. We can rename this V2 NEO normal, so that we have a little reference to which kind of profile that we are going to make the changes to. Copy profile from normal. We click on next. This is our basic edit section. We start with quality 0.2 for the layer height, so that is the height between the build plate and the nozzle. There are some settings for quality that I usually don't use. If it is needed, we can always play and make some small changes. And since we are in a testing environment, you can always fine-tune it, or maybe start a brand new profile and starting from scratch again. Shell, that are your walls. That is the basic outside what you can see from your 3D printed model. The wall count standard is on 2 walls, 2 lines. I'm going to change it into 3, because if I'm printing figurines, busts, or other models and they are having smaller parts in there, they will keep strong, and I don't want to have breaking legs, stuff like that. It's not something that you are waiting for, right? Only 1 wall for roofing. If you hover with your mouse over the setting, it says exactly what it does. Top layers 4, bottom layers 4. Those are always equal. Most of the slices what I have seen. Fill gaps between walls everywhere, something I usually don't change. The Z seam alignment. This is a setting that can be very handy to use, because in this case, if you are printing stuff with sharp corners, this can be very handy and you don't really see the Z seam. If you're printing models like busts or figurines or other cool things, you don't want to have one line going across your model. It's looking ugly. That's not something you're waiting for. You can change it into random. For each layer line, you will get a new seam somewhere inside of the model. Put it on random. Enable ironing. Only use it when you want to have a very smooth top surface without anybody seeing your pattern of the nozzle going. It's a very nice feature. And basically, if you're printing figurines or models, ironing is an option that you don't really need. Infill. Infill is very important. It gives you more strength to the model, to the thing that you're printing. If you're printing busts, figurines, stuff like that, infill 10-15% max. More you don't need. But if you're printing like a phone holder, something that needs to have some rigidity, then the infill can be increased to 20%, 25%, maybe 30%, depends on how strong your model needs to be. If you're changing this into like 40, then you see that the infill line distance is also going to change according to what you're doing here. But if you're going to change, because now the infill pattern is grid, if I'm going to change it to gyroid, you see that the infill line distance is also going to be changed. I think that makes total sense, right? We have here also honeycomb, we have lightning, we have lines. You see that in sometimes that it doesn't change at all. Here it changes into 8. Every single pattern of infill will also affect the infill line distance according to the infill density and also the infill pattern. More settings, I don't think it's really needed to be changed. Speed. Speed is very essential when it comes to which kind of 3D printer you have. What are the settings or what is the firmware telling the printer how fast it can go? Of course, you can print as fast as you want. Not every single print that is going to be printed fast is looking amazing. You can increase the print speed for a standard Creality Ender-3, Ender-3 Pro, or many of the Ender series. Top speed, I think 80, maybe 100 millimeters per second, but don't expect a high quality of print. Just test it out, see what gives you the best results. Supports. A calibration cube, a Benji, they don't need support. But if you are using figurines, bus, or other things that have overhang, that have like hands or other things hanging in air, they need to be printed on support, or else your model will fail. Within that, if you click on generate support, support structure, in this case it is on normal. That means in this case zigzag, you will get some zigzag lines and you will build up until the part is going to be supported. You can use 3 supports. In this case, you have 3 supports slim or 3 supports strong. Each setting or each type will give you some different results. Most of the time, I'm using 3 support slim. Supports everywhere, because with 3 supports, it starts on the build plate and then it grows to the model. There are some possibilities that this slicer will also print on foot from a 3D print. Support overhang angle, standard 45 degree. This is something that you have to test to get some results out of it. I will deselect generate support, it's not needed at this moment. Material. Most PLAs that I have used in the past have an ideal printing temperature of 205 210 degrees Celsius. But if you are using the faster 3D printers with clipper, or for example the Creality K1, the standard PLA printing temperature with a high flow nozzle will have a printing temperature of 220 degrees instead of the 210, 205. So for this standard 3D printer, I will put this on 210, pressing enter, and then also this changing it into 210 for the initial printing temperature. For the final printing temperature, so if it is almost finished, I will set this at 205, 5 degrees lower than the initial printing temperature. For the build plate, especially if it is an open FDM 3D printer like the Creality Ender-3, it is 60 degrees for the bed. It's hot enough that the PLA will stick very well. Some 3D printers can even have 45 degrees Celsius for the build plate, but for me, I recommend 60 degrees C. But this is also something that you need to test out for yourself and find the sweet spot. Cooling standard is for PLA 100% for the parts cooling fan, not the hot end fan. Extruder 0.4mm nozzle, so this is the profile for that. Build plate adhesion. Okay, that is a setting that most of the time is depending on which kind of model you're printing. If you're printing a model with a very big coverage of the build plate, then you most likely don't need to have any build plate adhesion type. But if you need that, or you want to prime the nozzle, build plate adhesion is a thing that I usually use. In this case, it stands on skirt, 1 line. I know from Prusa Slicer, its standard is on 2 for the skirt, but you can use also here auto brim. So when it is a certain build plate coverage, it will automatically turn the brim on or off. You have brim, so that will be standard printed with brim. You have lace. I didn't use it yet, but in the future I'm going to tell you more about this feature as well. Raft is basically a bed of 3 or 4 layers before the model is going to be printed. So we leave it at skirt, and let's continue with the special modes. Special mode, print sequence. If you are printing something like a small maker coin or some other thing that is pretty small, normal print sequence is standard all at once. So building everything, that doesn't matter how full the build plate is, but everything will be printed equally. But in case if you are printing small objects and you want to have multiples for example, like 4 or 6, depending on how big your build plate is from your Creality 3D printer, then you can also go for in sequence. It is a very handy feature to use. Spiral outer contour. It is a setting that you can use if you are going to print vases. A vase can be round, it can have different kind of shapes. And if you are going to download a model and put it in the slicer, you will always see that the model is closed from the top. But if you're using the spiralized outer contour, you will see magic happens once your model is sliced. It is going to be a one single line. Mesh fixes, nothing in here, but if you are going to use advanced, you will see a lot of settings. It is something that you don't need to play with if it is not needed. And then we have also experimental, some other things that you maybe can play with it. But since this is basic, I'm not going to touch this either. Once that is done, click on save. We have here standard Ender PLA 1.75. Let's check that, manage. So this is for the materials that are automatically being added for this printer. We have Creality PLA 1.75, brand Creality, doesn't matter which kind of brand, but if you want to use some different kind of filaments and you want to use a specific kind of profile, just like a profile for your 3D printer, here you can make the changes. Material type PLA, and here you can change the settings. Then we go to temperature, and this is something that I need to say how important it is. I already set for the printer the printing temperature of 210 degrees, but I can already tell you now that if you are going to just skip this part and slice the model, you will end up with a printing temperature of 200 degrees. And you are asking, why is this possible? How can I have missed this? What am I doing wrong? The video you posted is stupid, it doesn't work. Well, I can say that this standard profile says the printing temperature is 200 degrees and 60 for the bed. The build plate, you're not going to mention at all. This is the part where you need to make the change. So here, we are also going to say like, okay, 210, and here 210, and here for the final. It's exactly the same as for the printer profile, 205. So we're going to click on save, and now we have a profile that is fully tuned, not only the printer, but also for the PLA filament. Same goes for the PETG or ABS, depends on which kind of filament you are using. Now we are going to add a model. We are going to add a model from my friend Printed Obsession. It is the Akali League of Legends 30 centimeter model. This model is 300 millimeters, so it won't fit on the build plate. But rest assured, you will get this pop-up coming. Auto scale? In this case, yes. But the model is now flipped on the back side. We don't want that. We're also going to select the model. It's already selected. We click here and we can say like, hey, let's do auto. And there it is. The model stands now in the right orientation. I'm happy with this. There's a part here. This is not rocket science, people, but you can already guess that if something like this is being printed, this is going to be an issue. This is not going to work. Go back into the profile. So I have selected this one. I click on edit. And now I'm going directly to support. I'm going to click on generate support, and I'm going to select here my favorite 3 slim, support everywhere, and click on save. If I'm now going to click on slice, I can already say that here is going to be support. Let's do the slicing. And so as you can see, after slicing, you will get a preview. In most slicers, you will see something like this. Let's go for the layers and let's see what is happening. It's all looking great. And when you are going higher, you will see here this little hand coming, you know, and that is why you need to have these kind of supports, or else it will fail. And as you can also see here, the little cross section of one of the legs, you will see the outer wall and then 2 inner walls. This makes something like the model like I'm showing you right now, that this model will actually have some decent legs that don't break when you are removing supports. Once that is done and you are satisfied what you are seeing and you're like, hey, this I can print now, then let's do that. The example of the Creality Ender-3 V2 NEO is not a network printer. We're clicking on export to local. You can take a thumb drive if you are using a printer with a USB where you can put the thumb drive in, or you take your micro SD card or your SD card, put it in the computer, and export it to local. Click on save when selecting the right removable storage, and you are good to go. Yes, I know, you already have started with a brand new 3D printer, or maybe you are thinking about a new 3D printer. May I suggest to watch this video right over here and check out how I did the unboxing setup and did some first prints on the Creality Ender-3 KA Clipper Edition right here.